In this brief tutorial, I'll show you how to add a Sign Metrics plugin to your BrightAuthor presentation and gather all the triggers and events within your presentation and post those up to the Sign Metrics system. The nice thing about Sign Metrics is that all of the events will be posted to the Sign Metrics system, including the player name, the player latitude and longitude, the city, as well as the time zone. All that information is uploaded in the background, so you'll be able to have metrics that are time domain and location domain based. So let's jump into the system itself. On the left side, down at the bottom of the menus, have licenses. This license is necessary for you to be able to post to the Sign Metrics system from a BrightAuthor presentation. The next area is download. This is where you would download the plugin for Sign Metrics. Just click on download and the plugin will come down to your computer where you can put it into your BrightAuthor presentations. That's basically it. When you install your plugin on the BrightAuthor presentation, the Sign Metrics system will automatically grab your license code and pop your player's serial number as well as all the information about your player into the Sign Metrics system. You don't need to do anything beyond that. It's very, very simple to retrofit an existing BrightAuthor presentation. So let's look at BrightAuthor now. Okay, so here we are in BrightAuthor Connected. You could use BrightAuthor Connected on your local client, on your Mac or Windows machine. You can also use the BrightAuthor Connected that is the cloud-based software. All of those work with the Sign Metrics plugin. So I'm using the Windows-based BrightAuthor local client. So I'm going to go in here and I basically have a presentation that's already been created. This is a standard presentation that I've been running for an hour. I've been running for more than an hour. And within this presentation, I have a touch screen with events that go from one place to another. Now what I want to do is I want to take these events and push them up to Sign Metrics. So on each event, I need to add a plugin message. So let's pop the plugin in. Let's go to Presentation, Settings here, and then Support Content, and go to Script Plugin. You'll notice there's a Sign Metrics plugin. Pop the plugin here that you downloaded from the Sign Metrics system. That's number one, your first step. Your second step is to make an invisible HTML zone. So let's go to Layout and create a zone. And I created a zone here called Sign Metrics. And within this zone here, I've added an HTML widget. Okay, this is entirely invisible. You'll never see this on your presentation. This is just something that runs in the background. So the plugin will take the event and it will send it over to this HTML zone, and that HTML zone has the JavaScript and the HTML to post it up to the Sign Metrics system. So let's pop in the URL. This is the URL you will use for your posting. This is where all the code happens. That is within the documentation. Just copy and paste it here. And then you'll notice down here there's a query string. This is your license code that you took from the Sign Metrics system. So just pop your license code into here. Now that is the setup for the Sign Metrics system. So let's go into your zones and your interactive zones and zones and events that you want to track. So in this zone here, I have a touch screen, and I have a couple of touch events, and I also have a Nexmosphere event, which is a lift and learn event. So let's follow through the touch pieces first. So in my touch zone here, I basically have it doing something like a touch screen. It'll go to a different graphic or a different video, or it'll go to a particular product on your presentation. So what I want to do is I want to track that one. So under Advanced, within there, I'm going to send a plugin message. These messages will never interfere with anything else you're doing in your presentation. This is just an added bonus that gives you analytics. So here I say send a plugin message. Pick the plugin that we installed. There it is, Sign Metrics message. And here you have the jargon. Touch, all caps, touch. This is a touch screen, a single event, a touch event. And then I have the product name. Now the product name or the event name is whatever you want it to be. Sign Metrics will take that and use that. So you can define your products within the BrightSign presentation. You don't need to make them first on the Sign Metrics system. You can make your products within BrightAuthor. So let's put it in the product name. In this case, I'm going to call it JM product. And then we have a little spot here where we add a future 002, which is a future handler. That's just it's in the manual. You can take a look at that. That's for future use. You'll have a bonus in the future. The next thing I want to do is the next one. I want to have the same sort of thing on this touch event. I'm going to say send a plugin message and I'm going to say Ferrari Model 4. That's my product. Okay, so I have a couple of things. So if somebody walks up, it's going to post up to Sign Metrics the JM product as well as the Ferrari 4, depending what somebody touches. That's it. That's all you need. You publish now to your player. Your player's already set up now. As soon as you do those events, they'll pop up to Sign Metrics with the date, the time, the location, the player serial number, everything that you need to determine if this sign is performing for you the way you want it to using the Sign Metrics analytics system. The next thing I want to do is the second feature within Sign Metrics. It's the ability to have flight time or a duration of an event. An event like this could be something like an RFID event where somebody picks up a product, they're looking at it, and then they put it back down. In your presentation, they'd lift the product up. Your presentation would say, hey, you're looking at this product, and then you put it back down, it'll go back to the track loop. Another example is if somebody walks in and you have a distance sensor from Nexmosphere, for example, somebody walks up to the sign and within 1.5 meters, all of a sudden the sign changes and says, welcome to the store or welcome to this product, and it will take you through the product. And as you leave that 1.5 meters after a period of time, this sign will go back to what it was before. Sign Metrics can use that time and pop that into analytics as well. For example, somebody picks up a product and looks at it for 5 minutes, or if somebody picks up a product and looks at it for 5 seconds, you'll be able to tell within the Sign Metrics system how long the duration was with the interaction with that particular product when it was lifted or when somebody walked in range of the sign. So how do we do that? Very simple as well. In this case, I have an Nexmosphere sensor inside of my presentation. Here I have the sensor that I say basically it's a serial input that says Nexmosphere up. So this is a lift and learn. This is an RFID. So when somebody lifts it up, what I want to do is I want to send an advanced command as well, which is this plugin message. And instead of touch, I use pick start. Basically, start a timer. So this posted up to the Sign Metrics system that this player has started a timer on a product called Cool Phone. Okay, and as that product's in flight, the customer's looking at it. When they put it back down, which in your presentation is going to take them back to the attract loop or attract message, when they put it back down, then you put in a message that says, okay, when that product is put down, send the Sign Metrics plugin message, pick end. This signifies to the Sign Metrics system that this product has been ended. So a person has either left the zone or the product's been put down. In the Sign Metrics system, you will have the duration of the interaction that you can use in analytics. Very fancy, and you'll notice here that it's very easy to retrofit all of your presentations very quickly using the license code, the URL for that little posting URL. We don't even ask you to download any JavaScript or HTML. You just put the URL in there, and everything is taken care of in the background. So hopefully you can give it a shot. We have a free trial for the Sign Metrics system for a couple of players. Give it a shot and see how your signs change and how your view of your signs change as you add some very good analytics to them with Sign Metrics.